Welcome back to the Blossoming Classroom. Today we're going to look at big body play. What is big body play and why do we need it in our classroom? Big body play is a way for children to get out their frustration without hurting other friends. So it would be things like getting a box and letting them throw bean bags at it. Having newspaper where they can shred it up because that's so easy to clean up and throw away. Having a pillow they can punch. Having empty water bottles to stomp on or bubble wrap to stomp on. And making sure you have these things in your classroom. Our initial response to a child's big behavior of screaming, of hitting, throwing chairs or toys across the room is to try to get them to quiet down. And in reality, when we try to get a child to calm down when they're that upset, what happens is they're going to escalate in their behavior. Or you may calm them down now, but later they're going to escalate their behavior again because they were unable to get it out when they were upset. So we want to get this big body play in the classroom. I'm going to show you some of these tools and why they work. I am back with paper. You can get into your recycling and get out paper. It doesn't have to be newspaper. And our gut response is if children are shredding newspaper, it's going to escalate their behavior because it can be kind of a violent, right? Oops. It can be. But in reality, the more they rip and the more they rip, the calmer they're actually going to be. I encourage you to get out your own paper and to start ripping it. It is very calming. Plastic bottles are wonderful. They make some noise, so some children love that. Children who do not like noise, if you find that noise bothers them, they have very sensitive ears, you do not want to direct them to empty water bottles. But for the child who is very wound up, for the child who needs to really get out their aggression, empty water bottles are fantastic. They really have to focus to getting their foot onto the bottle. And the pressure under their foot is very relaxing to them. And the crunch, crunch, crunch makes them feel an essence of release in the same way that hearing a child scream when they hit them does. I know that doesn't make sense. Why would another child want to hear another child scream? They're frustrated and they're trying to work out their own emotions, and getting a response back is validating. They can get that same response with the noise of an empty water bottle because it makes that noise and it feels good. If you don't have bean bags, or parents let you know that they don't have bean bags in their home, ball up some socks. Really simple. You can even get socks and put some dried rice and beans and tie a knot in it. It doesn't have to be fancy. Get a box. Let the children decorate it. If you have the book, Sad Monster, Glad Monster, it comes with monster masks. And you can use those to help make the box more engaging as well. And then you're going to have the children throw the socks or throw the bean bags in the box. Another tool that you should have in your classroom is a big pillow. And it's a pillow that's big enough that you can put it between you and the child. If the child is hitting you as the teacher, if the child is hitting you as the parent, I want you to get that big pillow and put it between you and the child and let the child hit that pillow as much as they need to. You just need to remind them, teachers are not for hitting, pillows are for hitting. Or mommies or daddies, aunts, uncles, grandma, grandpas are not for hitting, pillows are for hitting. We need to introduce these activities to children in a fun way. If we don't introduce them to the children, when they're upset, they're not going to use them, and they're not going to use them effectively. So I want you to bring these tools into your classroom. Mom, Dad, these are things that you don't have to spend money on. You can get into your recycling and get your newspaper out. Get empty water bottles out. You can grab socks, as I stated before. You don't have to spend money. But what you do need to do is have them available. And then teachers, in the morning, when the children arrive, the child who's having the consistent behavior, you want to make sure they're practicing every day. But you want to invite some of the other children to come along and practice too. So it may be, Jamie, Tracy, Shannon, come with me. Do you remember a time when you were really frustrated? Me too. Let's throw bean bags. And the next day, you may ask the same child that's having a frustrating moment, maybe it's Tracy, and Bill and Tony. Hey guys, Do you remember a time when you were really, really mad? Me too. Let's go shred newspaper. Each day, you're practicing one of these big body activities. So the child who is struggling the most is getting that practice every day, but so are the other children. They're rotating in and out so that everyone gets a chance. And these things are in the classroom. You may see children playing with the bean bags, stomping on the water bottles, shredding the newspaper, and you go over to praise them. Thank you for doing whatever activity it is. I can see that you're frustrated. And if the child's like, no, I'm not. I just think this is fun. You want to introduce the word practice to them. This is an important word. And you can go over to them and say, well, then I'm so happy that you're practicing what to do when you're frustrated. You're going to hear the children tell each other eventually, I'm practicing what to do when I'm frustrated. This is very empowering to them. And then they know that they're practicing so that when they are frustrated and you go over and you redirect them to this activity, they will go to this activity. Mom and dad, aunt, uncle, grandma, grandpa, whoever is at home supporting these children, when you go to pick up your child and you hear that they've had this challenging behavior, I want you to come home and I want you to get out these activities and I want you to practice with them in an excited way. I don't want you to feel you need to punish your child or lecture your child about what they've done at school. I want you to come home and play with them and say, do you remember today when you were really frustrated at school? Let's practice hitting a pillow. Let's practice throwing bean bags. Let's practice shredding newspaper. And then if you see your child being frustrated at home, you can encourage them again in a positive way. Let's go throw bean bags. Not, I see you're frustrated, now go throw those bean bags. They're not going to respond to that, but they will respond to you being excited to go do these activities. You're the salesman, whether you're the teacher or you're the parent. You are selling this idea to the child. The child is the buyer. They're not going to buy into it if you're not selling it. So you need to be excited about the activity, you need to be engaged in the activity, and you need to have fun with the activity.